So, do you now remember what you did during the Proctor density test? You essentially compacted the same soil for at least 3 different water contents in the hopes that, when you plotted the soil's density as a function of water content, like on this graph you see on your screen, you would be able to determine the water content required for the sample to be, firstly, dry of optimum. That is, with a lower water level and lower density, where density can also be thought of as the degree of compaction. Similarly, you would have also added sufficient water to determine the water content required for the sample to be wet of optimum. That is, with a higher water content than dry of optimum, but still not enough to give you the peak density. Again, where density can also be thought of as the degree of compaction. And finally, you would have added a quantity of water somewhere between the dry and wet conditions to obtain the ideal water content to get the highest possible density for the soil sample at hand. Again, density can also be thought of as the degree of compaction. This final point on the screen has a water content between the wet and dry conditions, but its density was actually higher than the dry and wet of optimum conditions. Do you remember?